we'll talk about all of this in detail. Where would you like to start?
I think we'll go with the price. Given that this is all new and presumably properly done, how much more expensive is it than before?
$6,000.
Really?
I told you the previous one was one of the worst KTMs I have ever tested. And everything that I will tell you today, and if you're an owner, please don't take this the wrong way. I'm an evaluator. I'm happy that you're enjoying your bike. It doesn't make the bike better or worse. I still have to do my job. So I've told you before, and you've brought these ideas to me before also. You helped me crystallize the thought that the previous adventure was one of the worst things KTM's ever made. This bike confirms that end over end, that is exactly how it was, because it fixes all of those issues, and at what? 6,000 rupees more.
KTM press note. And the first line of that press note, but it says, a true orange adventure.
Yeah.
So you know what that means about the previous one, right?
Yeah. So let me quickly run through the platform so you understand what's happened. And I'm going to completely disregard the previous adventure because I need to give you just 3 lines of context so you understand what has happened. The previous adventure wasn't supposed to exist. This is evidenced by the fact that there were spy shots of an off-roader based on the first Duke platform. Prototypes were spotted and then silence. They were tested, and obviously somebody reached a conclusion saying the adventure that will come out of this frame is just not going to work. But for some reason, a very small iteration of this frame, which had the bolt-on subframe, was used to create the adventure that you recognize as the previous generation 390 adventure. When they did the new Duke, the 3rd generation Duke, the engine was reformatted a little bit, the crank moved up, it became a little bit more compact, the frame was redesigned, and the primary reason is something that Karthik pointed out to me when we did the first time the 390 adventure video together, where he pointed out that since the engine is tall and the frame is tall, KTM has a choice. They can either give you ground clearance or they can give you a reasonable seat height, but not both. And when you try to compromise and say what's the best setting possible, you'd have to give stiff suspension because the bike was simply too tall at that point to have pliant suspension. This is what they've fixed with this new platform.
Can we just do the numbers, please? I'm dying to hear them out. How much is the ground clearance?
So this motorcycle has an advantage of almost 60 millimeters in total. Seat height and ground clearance included, the advantage is 60 milliliters.
What does that mean? Sorry?
So your ground clearance is now 237 millimeters.
Which is, earlier it was
200-ish. Right? So you've gained that. And the seat height falls from 855 to 830 on the top model, 825 on the X.
Dude, I'm getting goosebumps, man.
Right? And as soon as you have the waist of the motorcycle, as it were, vertically, not horizontally, as soon as you have the waist compressed and you can basically position this mass higher or lower depending on the format, you can have suspension that works.
I'm sorry, but small rant. This is why we've always said, ride and decide. Because no matter what somebody is trying to tell you or sell you, more often than not, it's not going to be exactly what they're saying. And in this case, just look at the numbers that Shumi is talking about. This sounds like a proper adventure bike, accessible with the additional travel, which you would have wanted and expected, especially for a company that, has painted Dakar stages orange for decades. Listen, this has been fun, and I think we should take this to the next level. I think our relationship's ready for it. And if you're ready, head to the MotorInc channel, where this 3-minute video ends up expanding into a hour-long video, which would be a great way for us to spend time when you're taking a jog, in a flight, commuting to work, or back. We'd love to hang out more.